Hey, I'm Nick Boy and welcome to Pocket News for Tuesday the 18th of October. Today on the show, the power of the tease and the birthplace of a classic. We're going to old Armadale Hospital, where I was born.
You're not a classic, you've been on the internet for 2 years.
Alright, here's what's been making headlines, and Rockstar continue to tease a Red Dead sequel. The latest image they've shared on social media sets an undeniably Red Dead scene with a run of 7 mysterious silhouettes. Mysterious, but certainly not magnificent. They do not own those rights, I think. They could afford them though. But it did get me thinking. In GTA 5, we were able to play as 3 different characters. Could they pull off 7 in this new Red Dead? I mean, surely there's 7 interesting interwoven stories to tell in the Wild West. It's just a matter of whether they can pull it off. And if they can be bothered to spend that much money on writing and actors. Although again, they absolutely have it. Annoyingly, in the spirit of teasing, there's still no official confirmation that this project is Red Dead, but that hasn't stopped fans from branding the game themselves. There have been some hilarious responses to this image, and here are some of my favorites. British Gaming went for the classic counter tease, bringing Rockstar's infamous table tennis into the new decade. 2+2 is Joe suggests Rockstar Redemption. I think that's Freddie Mercury there at the front. Jam Sponge sees a potential brunch simulator called Egg 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 Egg. Glass Bottom Meg sees a bouquet of oddly shaped dicks. And on NeoGAF, Dex3108 saw something much more sinister, but equally dickish. And all this speculation and attention is doing wonders for Rockstar's parent company, Take-Two. When the stock market opened following the first tease, Take-Two shares had jumped over 6.5%. Imagine what's going to happen when they actually announce a video game. I mean, it won't be Pokemon Go big, but if you've got any money, invest it all. Nah!
Nick Boy is not an accredited financial advisor. We advise not taking his advice. Also note that the VA department are not accredited advice. He is spoken by the VA department ABC.
Oh! Moving on, and video game voice actors may be going on strike again. They want some of that sweet, sweet Nick Boy mouth money. The Screen Actors Guild and American Foundation of Television and Radio Artists, or SAG-AFTRA, announced via bulletin that there could potentially be a strike starting Friday, the 21st of October, if this week's negotiations don't go well. The joint unions will go back to the table with a number of big-name video game publishers this week, with the goal of creating a fair contract that is rooted in industry standards and best practices. This has been a long fight for the unions. Since February last year, they've been trying to rectify the issue that video game voice actors are working on guidelines which were put in place over 20 years ago. To give you an idea of how long this fight's been going on, 20 years ago is when Command & Conquer Red Alert came out. These guys are working under the same conditions that Jennifer Hale worked under when voicing Commander Shepard. SAG-AFTRA's president Gabrielle Cartera stressed that, quote, "A strike is not to be entered into lightly, but when the employers leave us with no recourse, we must stand firm for our members. If the strike goes ahead, Activision, EA, Insomniac, Take-Two, Warner, and many other production companies will be affected." And finally, someone I love is coming back online. Kyle Searley has announced he's working on a follow-up to last year's indie hit Emily is Away. The new title will give you a bit more control over your own profile, but looks pretty similar mechanically. There's fake typing, fake friends, and a new fake Emily to get to know. It's coming in 2017. But here's something coming right now. It's Thing of the Day. Take that, Mr. Searley. All right, it's time for Thing of the Day. GBS Movies walks the same Counter-Strike map which inspired Simon and Garfunkel's The Sound of Silence.
Streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light, it split the night. Touch the sound of silence.
All right, time for Thing of the Day. All right, that's it for very much. I'm gonna get the hair before we do another take. All right, that's it for Pocket News today. My Pocketeers this afternoon, 8:30 p.m. ABC2. Good Game is on. The show is on television tonight. We look at Virginia and Mafia 3. And this afternoon on the Pocket YouTube channel, I have a first play of the beginning of the Battlefield 1 campaign, and it is so emotionally affecting, I still feel it. I still feel like a pigeon. Do you feel like a pigeon? Then celebrate in the Pocketeers Facebook group and Steam group. There are links for everything I just said in the description below. Today's Thing of the Day graphic was made by Belly Kate. If you've made a thing, please send it in until we next see my Pocketeers Nick Bye out. Mwah! Serious Sam VR, The Last Hope hits the Rift and the Vive. PlayStation VR owners, you did what you were terrified of. You bought the wrong VR headset. But it is in early access form, so maybe you'll get it one day. For now though, PSVR, you may continue to luge.